Hello and welcome everyone for
Hello,
this
hello.
for this ninth session of the Guardians of Borg. I hope you had a fun week. We had a pretty fun one, and as if it's the first time that you are joining us for this live, I'm Danny, intern at SwissBorg, unofficially, and I'm with Benjy, junior intern at SwissBorg. And we are the main host for the Guardians of Borg.
Indeed. For people who don't know, the intern is a running gag. We are normal employees. We're in the growth team, and very happily so. But people call us intern because we were actually issued from the community, and they always see us as the intern, and that's a good thing. So we run with it. Should we go right into the presentation? Nice.
Yeah, I think we can begin. So before starting the presentation, actually, so this is a bit of a special live because it's the last session of the Guardian that we do monthly. So starting next session, we'll be doing a quarterly session, but we'll talk about this a bit later in the presentation. All right. So for this ninth session, sorry. We have 9,500 answers, so it's one of our best sessions so far. The snapshot was done yesterday at 1 p.m. and 12 minutes. We have 5,700 eligible people for rewards, so that's quite a lot actually.
Mm-hmm.
And 243 million voicing power represented in the Guardians.
Yeah. And
Um,
we can say right now it's going to be a great session, and people are going to be very, very happy about the rewards this time. And we'll get into why a bit later, but it's very, very good.
yeah, we keep the good news for the end. So talking
Yes.
about the limitation, we have like 3,800 people who weren't eligible, and just as a reminder, not eligible meanings either we didn't find you because you didn't put a valid email, you didn't put the email link to your SwissBorg app, or you didn't reach the voicing power necessarily for this session, which was 550, if I remember
Yes,
correctly,
that's
right?
correct.
Yeah. Um,
Always written in the email.
always. So let's go to next slides. Yeah. So the average voicing power of the people who are ineligible was 116. So either they were standard user, and that's why they have like a multiplier who is like half of what you get when you are premium. And the minimum voicing power, as we told before, it was 550.
Yes. And once we have sent the rewards, which will be nice, we will also be sending a little email that will look like this. So if any of your friends or the people you know ask you what this email is about, it's because they didn't have the voicing power to be eligible for the reward this time. And that means that we invite them to take the necessary precautions to have that voicing power next time around.
Actually, if you have friends who receive the email and ask you what is it about, then you can just tell them to read the content of the email, because we know some people just receive things they don't read. So
Yeah, but you know, you want to be helpful when you can.
exactly.
So this is the magnificent chart about the pot's current status. What happened is that we have purchased 115,000 Borg tokens for the month of November. The month of December's purchase has not been done, but it will be conducted early next week and communicated about in our next session, which will be, I guess, in March. And we will also have the 125,000 USDC buy that will be happening either in the middle to late this month or early next month, which we will also communicate in the next session. So we have a lot of Borg buys incoming, and the big one especially, which is nice. And we can see that the SwissBorg revenues are ramping up, which is good news for all of our magnificent Borg token holders, which are all of you guys because you're here. Next up, we got the results for the ninth session. So in terms of rewards, you voted for a beautiful 28.39%. But it wasn't the winner. The burn this time took the grand prize with 34.5%, safety net 21.26%, and the fourth option, which isn't the vault but was an extra reward of 15.85%. We'll go into the details of what that means for each of the categories, starting with the safety net. Dany, I know you love these numbers, so I'll let you read them.
All right, it let me exercise anyway. So actually, what we have for the safety net before, we had 975,000 Borg, and to that we are adding 100,000, which make the pot of the safety net at 1,076,707.97 Borg. Let's go.
Beautiful. The burn hasn't happened yet, and it will not be 150.05. It will be 150,000, as it usually is. And once that's done, we will have a remaining 158,875.05 Borg to be burnt. We'll be posting, obviously, on X as soon as we conduct deburn. So keep an eye out on that for the post so that you can show that we love the burn, especially in winter when everything is cold. At least it's snowing here. So I hope that you're able to get home from work if you're in Switzerland.
Which wasn't the case for Benjy.
And yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Well, reward. So the rewards here for like 134,858.77 Borg. So Borg, we keep the previous image because we are a bit nostalgic, so we keep the CHSB reward image, but it's still Borg now, so we need to move on a bit. So
yes,
we'll change it for next time.
Let's talk a little bit about the two endeavors that we have launched in the month of December with the Guardians. The first one being the Vaults. We have 1,508 people who have participated into the Vault, which is 40% of the eligible participants. I was hoping for a slightly higher number or slightly higher ratio of eligible participants in the Vault, but as it sold out in 3 hours, I think that it's not that bad. It's not like it sold out in 12 minutes and everyone needed to rush on their phones. 3 hours is a fair amount of time. So, but especially for something that we had talked about for so long. So overall, I'm very, very happy about this. The expected gift amount is of roughly 0.5% of whatever you locked. So if you locked 40,000 Borg, then 0.5% of that. If you locked less, then 0.5% of less. And then the price increase that was attributed to the Vault on the day of launch is actually of 9.2%. So we were able to say that the fact that we created that Vault and put it in the app and had it visible for people boosted our price by almost 10%, which is amazing, and it's a huge win. And I was very happy to see that with the Guardians we are able to impact price in a good way. And want to thank everyone that has participated to it for that, because we couldn't have done it without you. So definitely a huge win on that front. And we can see here I put a little graph of the premium tier participation. So expectedly, but unfortunately, most of the locked tokens come from Genesis or Generation Premium users, which makes sense because obviously that's the higher AUM segment. But there's a rough community also in terms of number of participants that is present there. So we can see that the most represented segment in terms of number of people is community, and then Genesis, and then Generation. But in terms of AUM, it's Genesis, Generation, and then community. Now, for a little bit less of a win, we have the referral boost campaign that went on during the month of December. We had 58 people who played, which isn't as much as we hoped, but it's still a fair amount of people. And I'd like to thank all of the ones that have done referrals and the ones that tried but couldn't do it. And we have 76 people who joined the app thanks to this, and with that we were able to link by validating that they bought 77.7 Borg. This means that we had roughly 7,600 Borg to give away to the people who had done referrals. But we decided to double it because we had, I think, 40 or 50,000 Borg budget for this, and we only used about 10%. So it was a little gift from us to double that reward. And the question that you might ask now is, what did we do with the rest of the budget for that campaign? So we had a fair amount that was allocated for the referral boost. We didn't use all of it, and the rest of it is just going to go into the fourth option for this time, which means that the fourth option here, the total amount of Borg that we distribute is 103,266, and we decided to divide that by the number of participants, so everyone will be getting a bonus of 18 Borg on their monthly airdrop. So very happy about that. It's going to help a lot of the smaller holders. I noticed that some people went from 0.5 to 18.5 Borg airdrop, and that's the smallest airdrop that we have. So very happy about that, and I hope that you are as well. Calculations, do you want to go through it? It's always the same thing anyway, but just so that everyone's clear.
Yeah, so like as everyone know, the rewards, you can compute it yourself. You take the number in green here, the 0.000563, and you multiply it by the number of Borg you held at snapshot, so the number of Borg you had yesterday, times the premium boost that you have. So depending of your tier, you have a different multiplier that you can see here on the left. Plus, if you voted on the 3 last session, you have a boost of 1.1, and you multiplied everything together, you got the number of Borg of reward that you will get, and to that you will add the 18 Borg that we got from the leftover of the referral campaign, as Benji just explained in the previous slides.
Perfect.
Nice. So for next session, we don't have a specific Slido or anything. Now everything is gathered on the Guardians page that you can find on the same link that you can find here. openmylink.en/guardianshq or scan the QR code. We will update the page with the result of the 9th session there after the live. And if you go there now, you will be able to see at least the project submission for the next session, actually. So it will be again a type form because it will be open for longer, because Slido is limited to a week or two, I think, for opening.
Mm-hmm.
And here we open it a bit longer and we can better keep track of it, and people are used to Typeform, I guess, now. So it will be easier for us, easier for you, because you can directly submit your project directly on the page. So go there, submit your idea, and yeah, you can just do everything on there.
Great stuff. So before going through this slide, there are a couple of questions. Some of them are good questions. Some of them, when Moon? Soon? When voicing power ETF? Soon?
Or not.
When yield on Borg? Let's avoid answering that one. How much was it again? 550 for the voicing power and 18 for the bonus airdrop for everyone. These are the two main numbers that you might be curious about. And will you be at the London meetup at the end of the month? We will. Both of us will be at the London meetup at the end of the month. And looking forward to meeting all of you guys there.
Yeah, it will be cool, because I just learned something, is that they don't have small beer in London. So it will be always big pints.
Only pints. That's all they have there. Looking forward to it. At least I'm sure it's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
So for this next session, which is back to quarterly, we're going to have a lot more time to do stuff. So now you have 2 weeks to submit ideas for the next session. That's the fourth option. So if you were inspired by the Borg Vault and you decide to also submit your own idea, you can think, hey, I can also come up with something that's going to boost the Borg price. Then this is the place to send your idea. You have 2 weeks from here on out, so you can think about it. And then our community leaders, which are our moderators and the key people that you'll be seeing everywhere, they're SwissBorg, We'll be voting on this on the 24th, so in 2 weeks, and then we'll be implementing it into the vote in February. So on the 5th, you'll see the session opening, and on the 28th, we won't be taking any more answers, which gives you plenty of time to complete the survey, select and study the best idea, and send it to all of your friends who have a premium tier on SwissBorg so that they don't miss it. And on the following month, that will be, I'm guessing, in early March, because we're used to doing things a little bit early. We'll have the snapshot, the results, and the town hall. Let's say mid-March. That way we can have the sustainability score as well. So don't miss it. No reason to. You have a lot more time now, and especially if you want to contribute, feel free to do so. Cool. I think that with that, we're set to go. I don't see any more questions. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope that you're happy about the extra rewards and that you're looking forward to a wonderful 2024.
Thanks for featuring in.
Bye.